Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Red.
How did the date go? Fine, I'll tell you.
Oh, goody. A dating story from the dating coach that's perpetually single. Go ahead, sweetie.
I'm not proud of this story, by the way. Okay, this was not a good moment for me. So basically, we went to a bar, we met up for drinks, and I was trying to suss out if he was Jewish because, like I said, he has a very Jewish-sounding name. Turns out he's not. He goes,
Why does it matter?
I have a Jewish friend who probably needs your matchmaking services, though, and I'll invite him by. He's in the area. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? I'm not one to turn down business, okay?
Yeah, for you, that just stopped being a date and became about money. And because of the dollar signs you suddenly got in your eyes, you missed something very important, Miss Dating Coach.
So the friend comes by. It's the three of us now. We're conversing, we're chatting. Pleasant, decent conversation. Really nice guy. However, I start saying, oh yeah, I was just telling this to him, and him and I were just talking about this. Like, I'm referring to the guy that I went on the date with to his friend. And the guy that I went on the date with stops me mid-conversation, and he goes, Nelly, do you remember my name?
No.
And I was so caught off guard, you guys, that I froze and I drew a complete blank. And the truth is I did not remember his name.
Hey, I'm not surprised,
Yeah, because you didn't care to know it in the first place.
Correct, you didn't
Plus,
ask.
you were paying more attention to the friend because you wanted him as a customer.
So instead of just saying that, instead I blurted out a random other name that came to my mind. I was like, maybe it's this. And he goes,
I just straight up tell people, I'm horrible with names. I don't remember it.
no. And they're like, the friend's like, I can't believe she forgot your name. And they didn't even correct me. They just let me sit there and sulk in that. And so I start pulling out my phone, trying to discreetly like search through old texting chains because I didn't even have his number saved.
Yeah, because you weren't really interested in him. You probably just went out with him to spend his money.
Exactly. This is how exactly I deal with women. I do not even put them in my phone. They are not saved in my phone. I've had women get upset at this. Like, they would text me and they see my text from them and they're like, why is it just the number? I'm like, yeah, because you haven't graduated to where I would actually put your name in the phone. You're just the number.
To find the name. And finally I found it. And the date ended pretty much right after that. He was like, you're free to go if you want. I was like, yeah, I think I need to walk my dog. So yeah, not sure if I'll be hearing from him again.
No, you won't. Because you see, the guy tested you, sweetie. First, he tested you by suggesting to call over a friend to your date, and you immediately accepted instead
Correct.
of saying this is a date, not a business meeting. And the second time he tested you was when he asked if you knew his name, and you didn't. And by doing that, he made you lose out on a potential customer, and he embarrassed you in public.
Because that's what heroes do.
So the moral of the story is, you're too much of a gold digger for your own good, sweetie. And it's probably why you're still single in your late 30s.
My chivalry is dead indicator is the fact that I take the subway to and from work 2 to 3 times a week. I've been doing it, minus COVID, for 10 years almost for work. And I cannot recall a single time that a man has offered to give me a seat on the subway.
Yeah, that's
And?
called gender equality.
I'm wearing high heels a lot. I'm a woman wearing high heels, and I've never once, not once, been offered a seat on the subway.
Oh my.
I'm so glad men are just taking women at their word and giving them equality. Shout outs to men.
My God, who the hell cares?
Sweetie, listen, gender equality aside, sometimes men do offer seats out of the kindness of their hearts, usually to older people or pregnant women. But me personally, I've never offered my seat to an...
You guys know me and elderly people, seniors. I respect elders. So when I see elders kind of standing and I can offer a seat, hell yeah, have a seat.
entitled arrogant corpo drone with a resting bitch face who gives off the impression that she's too good for the other peasants riding the subway.
Bruh.
What's your chivalry is dead indicator?
I lived in a different country for almost a year, and one thing that became very apparent to me is the fact that chivalry is very much not dead in America. I lived in Germany, so maybe this is a Germany specific thing, but in Germany, men will not open the door for you. They will not go out of their way
Equality.
to help you. Essentially, they will not treat you any differently than they would a man. And it's because in Germany, there is this fierce equality of the sexes, but not even equality. They just view women as the exact same as men, meaning why would they go out of their way to do something extra for women when women are just as capable of doing it themselves?
Yeah, that's the exact definition of gender equality.
I will give you a couple of more concrete examples. So when I was moving back to the United States from Germany, I did not ship any of my stuff. I just carried 4 very, very heavy suitcases through the airport. Obviously, I checked my bags, but I had to get them through the airport to check them. Anyways, when I was in the German airport, everyone just kind of looked at me like I was crazy. No one offered to help, nothing like that. But it becomes very apparent when I touched down in the United States, and I touched down like Seattle or Salt Lake City or something was my connecting flight, and you have to recheck your bag. And when I tell you I did not pick up a single one of my suitcases from the conveyor belt because
I've talked about this. I actually covered this clip on my other channel, Chowtime 2.0. And it's just like the men in the United States are one of the nicest, most cordial men out there still. The very chivalry itself, it's definitely still there. I see it every day. It's just a lot of these women don't deserve it, and that's why these men don't show it to them.
Because someone helped me every single time. Like, I would say in a span of 20 minutes, at least 5 different people, and they all happened to be men, asked me if I needed help with my bags. And the sense of relief that I felt, because it was a very tough day. Those were very, very heavy suitcases.
Weakness completely revolts me.
And it was stressful. It was hard to carry them all by myself. And the sense of relief that I felt coming back into the United States and having so many people ask me if I needed help to grab my bags from the conveyor belt. Difference between in Germany when nobody...
Oh, shut up.
Well, sweetie, that sense of relief you felt was returning to female privilege after experiencing gender equality, thereby kind of proving that old manosphere saying, when a woman gets so used to privilege, equality feels like oppression.
Yep. Pathetic. Say that all the time.
I hated intimacy with my husband. I actually dreaded it. I would literally count the days in my head where 3 days kind of felt like a number that kind of felt like too long, so I should probably just go ahead and do it. But every single night we would get in bed and I would lay there with anxiety because I would feel like he probably wanted it. But even throughout the day, I hated him touching me. Every kiss, every cuddle, every back rub, it would give me the slight anxiety because I felt like it came with an expectation.
Then why did you marry him?
Exactly.
Money!
One time he suggested we did one of those 30-day intimacy challenges and I cried. Another time he bought those spicy couples card and I literally had a full-blown panic attack.
Bruh.
You know, the even better question is, why in the funk did he marry you?
I remember Googling therapist to try and figure out why I felt this way.
It's because you weren't attracted to him. It's not rocket science.
It is.
Still, funny how you didn't get panic attacks by living in his house or spending his money.
I remember scheduling doctor's appointments when my libido was so low. I genuinely thought something was wrong with me.
Yeah, something is wrong. It's
You don't
called
like 'em.
dishonesty.
I thought maybe it was my hormones, maybe my drive was just broken, maybe I was just one of those women who just did not enjoy intimacy at all. I remember even saying to myself, if I went my whole entire life never having intimacy, I would be okay with it. For basically 10 years, I was asking myself, what is wrong with me? After our divorce, I became determined to figure this out because I never wanted to bring that into another relationship. After our divorce, I researched, I learned, I just became curious. I bought the toys.
Yeah, you buy the toys and research and curious after you left the man, and you didn't want to do it to your new husband, so you left your old husband because you didn't care for him.
Wanted to figure out and break down these walls of why I felt the way I did. But then I realized I don't hate intimacy. I hated feeling emotionally disconnected from the person I was being intimate with.
Right.
Yeah, because all the Chads and Tyrones she did in high school and college gave her emotional connection while overblowing her box.
Bullshit.
If I'm being honest, I still do carry guilt over the fact that I wasn't able to give him that part of our marriage. Because I know intimacy matters. A marriage can't thrive when two people feel disconnected, and I own that. But here's what I don't own: his decision to cheat. Marriage problems are real. Dead bedrooms are real. Disconnection is real.
It sounded like he tried very hard. He did couples counseling, he did all these other things. You just still denied him, so he still needed to do what he needed to do as a man.
But when those things happen...
Again, I'm not co-signing it, but somewhat understandable, because you literally vividly denied him constantly.
You have conversations. You ask for counseling. You fight for your marriage.
Oh, shut up.
Sweetie, by your own admission, he tried to make it work, and your response to him wanting to be intimate with you was to have a full-on panic attack.
One time he suggested we did one of those 30-day intimacy challenges, and I cried. Another time he bought those like spicy couples card, and I literally had a full-blown panic attack.
And to those of you who don't know what a panic attack looks like, the person starts shaking with intense fear, breathing very quickly like they can't actually breathe, heart rate and blood pressure get really high and can mimic signs of a heart attack, plus other equally jarring symptoms that can be case-specific, like spontaneous vomiting or loss of bowel control and soiling themselves.
Bruh.
Now, imagine being the husband, and every time you want to be intimate with your wife, she reacts with some version of that.
Man, that's messed up.
Seriously.
And by the way, she got called out in the comment section about it, and this was her response. It was his job to leave like a man. Personally, I think she did this crap on purpose so she can leverage the adultery and the panic attacks in the divorce and get as much of his assets as possible. But hey, that's just my opinion.
can see it.
Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
I think it's so interesting seeing all my friends, people online, talking about how they're like, oh yeah, me and my girlfriends went out to the bars the other night. There were just no suitable men. There were no like attractive men there. And everyone's just like, where are all the good men? Where are all the hot men, the good men? As much as some of us hate it and we love hating on dating apps, I think sometimes we need to go on Hinge, we need to go on Cuff, because sometimes like these men, they're not out. They're just simply not out because they're the good ones that stay in and then like work out and run the next day. Or they're just like not at the clubs like every weekend. So it's good to go on the app.
Sweetie, those guys are not on the dating apps either, just like they're not in the clubs. Because honestly,
I mean, some of them are. I actually do think because of the easy access. I do believe some of them are.
what's the point? He can either get rejected or he could end up with a woman like in the first clip. Or a woman like the one in the clip before you.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Seriously, a lot of you lovely ladies are liabilities we just don't want to deal with.
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Shout outs to that first gentleman for calling her out on her bullshit, not knowing his name, and just became a gold digger immediately. Right? Like, that's how men should operate. Call women out on their bullshit. Give them the consequences of their speech and actions. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.